the Children Media Conference having these conversations, and now we are with Aaron, which is a creator of a really nice piece of animation called Burka Avengers. We want to talk about this piece. How do you create? What was the first idea to develop this project?
You know, it's very interesting. I was reading about girls' schools being shut down in 2010 and 11 in certain areas of Pakistan, in the tribal areas, and hundreds of schools had been shut down, and many schools had been bombed, and the extremists were trying to limit education for girls. And so that's when I started imagining a school teacher in that situation, her standing up to these people, saying, stand back, these, you evil men, these girls need education. And from there it morphed into the superhero character that stands up to them, that fights for gender equity, fights for education for women, and that doesn't fight back using violence in punching or using guns or bombs, but actually uses books and hits them over the head with books. So it's sort of like a message that education is the answer.
How was received this program in Pakistan?
It was received incredibly well. It's one of the most popular children's show. In fact, it's one of the only children's. Was the first animated TV series for children, and there's not a lot of local programming. A lot of it's Ben 10 or international content. So it's done incredibly well because this show is culturally relevant, socially relevant. Kids can identify with the characters, and so it's done really well.
Okay, so why do you think it is important to have this kind of content in countries where they don't have normally children contents?
I think it's incredibly important because children can relate directly with the characters, and they can associate with the characters. They're impacted directly, and especially with a show like Burka Avenger, where I was trying to get out these social messages and talk directly to the children. If, earlier we were talking about if Batman were to come in and save the school or others. However, it doesn't make that impact where children identify directly with these characters.
Mm-hmm. Cool. And what about this concept that it's today, this local contents traveling globally? How do you think that a content that comes from Pakistan can go globally?
Absolutely. I think that, you have content, of course, great content which is made in the US or in UK, which is all over the world. And I think now is a time where we will see the reverse, because you are able to create with the right tools. You can create great content anywhere in the world, and more producers will be coming up in places that you don't expect. Like, for instance, Burka Avenger, it was 100% developed in Pakistan, and by Pakistan, I was a creator, and my production team is 100% Pakistani. We worked in Islamabad, and it's a show by and large we created for a Pakistani audience, yet it's been able to be translated to other languages. It's been able to run in other countries, and I think that we'll see more and more of that. And I think that's important for the larger distributors and larger production companies to take chances on other content and not just play it safe.
Cool. Thank you very much, Aaron. It was a pleasure to have you here, to have this conversation, and thanks.
Wonderful seeing you again. Take care.